Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and on tap today it's Friday Flexibility, and I've got a great full body floor stretching routine for us. Alright you guys, come on down on the ground, my favorite place to be. We are not getting up off the ground at all today, and we're going to get a luxurious full body stretch. So we're actually going to start on our backs, literally laying down on the ground. And what I'd like you to do is lay down, first of all, with your knees bent. Now I'm assuming that you are every bit as inflexible as I am. So I like to take all of my stretching very gently and really ease myself into it. So laying here with hands overhead, let your shoulders relax. You can close your eyes for a lot of this stretching today. We've got lots of just very gentle stretching. Going to be able to stretch out your shoulders, your back, your legs. Take some nice deep breaths. And then go ahead and slide one leg down so that it's all the way straight. You can feel how that changes your spine. For me, it made my back roll up a little bit. So I've got to kind of let that relax and stretch out. Feels like a nice stretch already on the fronts of your legs. Really started to feel a little bit more in my shoulders as gravity pulled a little bit more in my lower body. Nice deep breath. Go ahead and bend that knee back up and then straighten out the other leg. Again, you can feel your whole body shifting. Take a second to readjust your shoulders, readjust your hips, readjust your spine. As gravity pulls that leg down, as gravity is pulling on your body, you can feel that stretch in the fronts of your legs, and more particularly in your upper back and your shoulders. Nice deep breath. If you're ready for it, go ahead and straighten out both legs. If once you get down there that feels like too much, you can bend your knees a little bit. Take a deep breath and then kind of ease back into it. If you're ready though, this actually feels very strangely like a stretch on your shoulders. Having those hands up over your head and then gravity pulling on that lower body really started to stretch out the shoulders and the chest. You can of course feel that on the fronts of your legs too. A couple of deep breaths. Going to bring our hands out to the sides now, like the giant letter T. Let your shoulders relax into that stretch. Feels different on your chest, feels different on your neck and on your lower back again. Gravity, just pull your arms down, nice and gentle. We're going to start with some lower body stretches, starting with my least flexible muscles, the hamstrings. I'm going to bring up my left leg. Go ahead and just bend that knee. We're going to grab your leg behind your thigh. You're going to make sure not to grab on top of your shin. You don't want to squeeze your knee closed, so grabbing behind your knee on the back of your thigh and just kind of walk those hands up and pull that knee as close to your chest as you can. Now of course you're going to feel this in the back of your leg and your hamstring, but where you're also going to feel this kind of weirdly is on that straight leg. The front of your leg and into your hip flexors, the front of your hip on the leg that's straight on the ground is where you should be feeling this stretch. Nice deep breath. Just going to hang on to this for like 10 to 20 seconds. And we're going to release a little, but not all the way back down, and straighten that leg that we have a hold of. Now this is where things get tough for me. This is definitely a stretch on the back of your leg, on your hamstring. Wherever you can get your leg to, for example, you might be able to pull your leg a lot closer to your chest than me. This is as close as I'm going to get my leg today. But if you can walk your hands up to your calf a little bit. I'm trying to keep my knee as straight as possible so that you can really feel that stretch all up the back of your leg. Keeping your head and your neck and as much of your shoulders as you can down on the ground. That's how you can really just let gravity work this stretch for you. Go ahead and flex your foot. Oh, that changes the way you feel that stretch. It comes down into your calf and really's got a couple more muscles in the back there. We think of your hamstrings as, oh, it's one big muscle. It's actually a whole group of muscles. So when you move your foot in different ways, you can feel different stretches. We're also going to point our foot so that you can feel it there in the shin. Nice deep breath. And then go ahead and bend that knee and put that foot down. And then relax that leg all the way down. Nice deep breath. Let that leg relax. When you're ready for it, we're going to bend that other knee. And then we're going to grab right behind the back of the thigh, bringing that knee as close to your chest as you can. Again, really feeling it in the hip flexor and the quads of the leg that's on the ground, as well as the hamstring and the booty on the leg that you have a hold of. You should be able to take nice deep breaths, breathing normally or even deeper than normal while you're doing this stretch. If it feels like too much of a strain, relax it a little bit. You don't have to get that knee all the way to your chest. Wherever you can bring your leg is where you should bring it to. It should feel like a nice stretch, a gentle stretch, but you shouldn't feel like you're straining or pulling into it. And we're going to relax it down a little bit and then straighten that leg. Walk your hands wherever you can get to, keeping your head and your neck on the ground, your knee as straight as possible, your shoulders as relaxed as possible. I know you're hanging on to your leg. This is a little bit of upper body work, but keeping your upper body as relaxed as possible while we're stretching gently. I'm going to flex my foot. Ooh, feel that in all those hamstring muscles. Flexing my foot actually really brought that stretch deeper up into my butt and my lower back. You might feel it in different places, depending on which of your muscles are more tense, which muscles you use more often. You might feel these stretches differently than I do. You should still feel it in the back of your legs. If you're feeling it, in your shoulder or something, that's a little bit different. But you might feel not as much in your lower back, or not as much in your booty, or not as much in your calf as I do, and that's totally okay. And then we'll go ahead and point that foot. Stretch, stretch, stretch out that shin. Sometimes this kind of a point can give you a cramp in your foot or a cramp in your hamstring. Wherever you can get to, since we're not helping this or manipulating it in any manner, you are actually using your calf muscles to point your toe like this. So if it feels like too much, you don't have to. And then go ahead and bend that knee, but we're actually going to leave this knee up. Bring the other knee to join it. Both knees to your chest, nice and gentle. Let this relax for a second. Nice deep breath. This kind of rounding should actually feel really nice and relaxed on your lower back. Spread your knees. Again, hanging on behind your knees. And this is just to help stabilize your legs. You're letting gravity stretch your knees open, however wide you can get it. I know there are plenty of people in the world from this position who can get their knees all the way on the ground. I cannot. This, again, not my most flexible direction. There are some directions that I can stretch into very easily. This one is very difficult. I have to actively relax my hips to let gravity stretch me out here. You should be feeling this on your inner thighs. You might feel it a little bit in your outer thighs and your upper hips, your lower back, depending on whether or not you can let that part relax. From here, nice deep breath. We're going to try and straighten those legs just a little bit, feeling it very differently. Again, on that inner thigh. Your arms are just helping to stabilize your legs. Otherwise, this would feel like strength work rather than stretching. It is a little bit of strength work too. You know I can't resist. This is actually using your abs just a little bit to keep your legs in the air like this. Nice deep breath. And go ahead and bend those knees again. Bring them together. Right leg down on the ground. Not stretching out all the way if you don't need to. We're going to put the left foot on top of that right knee and then gradually scoot that right foot back towards your butt. Now wherever you can get to, you might keep your foot on the ground, or you might be able to grab, again, behind your knee, pull that knee towards your chest just a little bit, wherever you can get to, keeping your head and your neck on the ground. Where you should be feeling this stretch is down here in the bent leg. Down in your butt, a little bit in your lower back, a little bit in the outer thigh, a little bit in the inner thigh, but it's the foot that's on top of the knee, that leg is the one that's doing the stretching. Nice deep breath. And then release back down. For a second. Put both feet on the ground. Let your lower back relax. And then we'll switch feet. So right foot on top of the left knee. You might find that this one is easier or more difficult. Just depends on where you're more flexible. Bringing that left foot close to your butt, and if you can, grabbing that left leg behind your thigh and pulling your left leg towards you while your right leg gets all stretchy up in the booty. I know that was the scientific word. Just breathe and relax. Make sure your shoulders aren't hunching up. I know sometimes you have to pull up just a little bit to grab the back of your leg, but from here, head and neck should be on the ground. Arms and shoulders should be as relaxed as they can. And then go ahead and release. And both feet on the ground, but knees are bent. And then gradually slide both feet out. And then hands up over your head one more time. Ah, nice big deep breath. And then from here we're going to roll over onto our belly. Oh, staying nice and close to the ground. Oh yes, we get to put our face right there into the carpet, hands overhead. My carpet smells like I work out here a lot. Nice deep breath. Let your back, let your spine relax. Go ahead and lay your feet flat on the ground if you can. It's a little bit more of a shin stretch. We're not really trying to pull into a shin stretch here. You're going to bring your hands, well, you can either bring your hands all the way underneath your armpits, or for me, I'm going to lay my elbows flat on the ground and have my hands in front of me a little bit. Bringing your torso up, relax, and stretch into this. This is a nice cobra stretch. You should feel this on your abs. This is an abdominal stretch. Now, if from this position with your elbows on the ground, you're not feeling much of a stretch in your abs, you can come up on your hands and get all the way up into it. That's a little bit too much stretch for me, but if you can and that feels good for you, then go ahead and be up on your hands and stretch out your abs. Sometimes for me this is a little bit stressful on my lower back. My lower back isn't very flexible in this direction. So if you need to spread your feet just a little bit wider, help your hips relax into it, that's totally okay. Nice breath. And then from here, we'll push up onto your knees, and then push those hips back into a child's pose. This is one of my favorite stretches of all time. The goal in this stretch is to get your hips all the way down on your heels and your forehead all the way down on the ground. Sometimes I can't do both at the same time. That's totally okay. Keeping your hands straight out in front of you, this should feel like a really nice stretch in your shoulders, your upper back, all the way down into your lower back and your butt. Bring those hands back just a little bit. We're going to come up on hands and knees. Spread your knees just a little bit wider, just about hip width apart. You're going to start coming up into a cat. So thinking about arching your back, trying to get a nice rounded back. Your head is down, let your head just kind of dangle. Thinking about getting your forehead towards your knees. This is a really nice stretch on your upper back and shoulders as well as your lower back. You can even rock it back and forth just a little bit. And then relax back down. Neck is just neutral, back is neutral. And then we're going to push those hips up, up, up. Pull your head up, thinking about getting your tailbone up to the ceiling, thinking about getting the back of your head towards your butt. This is a great stretch on your abs and really opens up your hips. And then bring that spine back to neutral. Again, get comfortable in it. I'm going to walk forward just a little bit. Neck is nice and neutral. And this one I call thread the needle. I'm sure it has a different name, but I'm calling it thread the needle. I'm going to bring my left arm all the way down on the ground, really threading that needle, pushing it all the way through. Seeing if you can get your ear and your shoulder down on the ground. Just relax into this. This should feel like a really nice stretch on your upper back and upper shoulder, into your neck even a little bit. It's nice to kind of stretch out that neck, let gravity just relax you into this. We're just laying on the ground. What could be more relaxing? And then gently coming back up. A little bit of upper body work there. I know, that almost felt like a little half of a push-up, huh? Neck is neutral. Nice deep breath. And the same thing with that right arm. Getting your right ear down on the ground. Getting that right arm, really threading that needle all the way through. Relax that whole arm and shoulder onto the ground. Position. Go ahead and bring your knees underneath you and then sit back. We're going to give ourselves a nice hug. I love this one for so many reasons. First of all, it just feels good to hug yourself. It's good to show yourself some love with a good stretch. Really pulling your elbows as close to each other as you can, using your hands even to stretch out that upper back. Relax your neck, just down, 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 chin into your chest. And then my last stretch, my favorite of all, open to the world. Open up those arms. Let those arms relax back into gravity. Let yourself be open, open to the world. This is a great stretch on the fronts of your shoulders, your chest, and it just opens up your heart. And nice deep breath. That felt wonderful. I really hope that you had a good time with all this stretching. I hope you're feeling either very invigorated and ready to get on with your day, or very relaxed and ready to be done with the day. I can actually go both ways on this Friday flexibility. I really hope that you had a good time with it though. If you did, I'd love it if you would give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about any of the stretching or flexibility or really anything, please feel free to leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. And click on that subscribe button so that we can work out together again next time too. Thanks.